friends. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We've almost made it to another weekend. Woohoo! Welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching it later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations. If you happen to be looking for inexpensive, easy to use, easy to clean DIY projects and activities, you are in the right place. So up on either live or the replay, say hi in the comments, tell me where you are watching from. Excuse me. I happen to be in Central Kansas this evening. I also want to let you know that I'm live in 3 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that person, excuse me, may be viewing and commenting from a different channel. Also, if you are watching from a private Facebook group, there is a permission link in the description of the video in the crafty group. That just allows StreamYard permission to tag your profile name and pick to your comment. It's your choice whether you want to hit that permission link or not, but just know if you don't, you'll show up as Facebook user in my comments. I just won't know who to say hi to, but I will say hi. I just won't address you by name. Also, if I could ask you to do a couple of things, if you could spread the Chalk Love around Facebook and YouTube, if you could also hit the heart button and hit that thumbs up button. Also follow and subscribe, and also on Facebook, change your notifications to all so that you know when I'm going live. And on YouTube, if you would hit that subscribe, hit that little bell button and turn on all notifications. That way you always know when I'm going live. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. So let's go to my comments. I see Jason is watching from the other side of the door. Miss Kendria is on. Welcome. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera so I can show you what we are working on. I'm going to get a drink, however, first. I am not using Chalk Couture products this evening. I am using the cutest Mylar Stencil from the Stencilsmith. I've been oohing and awing over this one for a while, so I finally bit the bullet and just got it. And yes, I did pay shipping just to get it. I hate paying shipping, but so this one is Come On In and Hang with the Herd. It's the cutest little Highland cow. Not quite as cute as Cracked Ginger's Highland cow door hanger template, but it's a close second. So we're going to be doing this tonight, and I purchased, I believe this is the medium size, and it fits, it's made to fit perfectly on a 14-inch round. So it fits perfect. So that's what we're going to do. Kendria says she loves that saying. My sister married into the Huck family, H-U-C-K, and they raise Angus cattle, which is not a Highland cow, but so my niece-in-law, or I don't know, that's not right, my nephew's wife does a craft. She also does, she used to do epoxy tumblers when they first came out, and so her business name was Huck Herd, and so I kind of hope she kind of latches onto one of these that I do, but I thought it was really cute. So I dipped into my acrylic paint stash. So this is some old folk art paint. I'm not even sure that's the newest label. I think this is from like 2005. But it's kind of, it's called warm white. So that's what I base coated it. I put 2 coats of warm white on the circle. I used a sponge. If you have not used a sponge to do your base coating, it is so much easier. And then I also pulled out some other colors. So I have a little bit of Deco Art. I have a little bit of Apple Barrel. So my browns are Oyster Beige, Territorial Beige, and Burnt Umber. This was all the brown I could find right now. Half of my paint is in my new craft space. My other half is still in the other half. So I have Apple Barrel Black. And then I'm going to go a little rogue and add, I don't know if I'm going to add all of these colors, but I definitely want to add Apple Barrel Key West and maybe either teal mint or Laguna. Laguna might be a little dark. So those are our colors. So I have all of my tools over here. I have some daubers. I have some stencil brushes. I have some chippy brushes. I'm hoping to do something with those at the end. We'll see. I have my shop towels. I have my paper plate. And I think we are ready to go. I also need to tape this down. So I'm going to get a couple pieces of tape. So let me show you. I mentioned cracked ginger earlier. Let me show you my inspiration photo. She has the cutest door hanger template, and I've always wanted to do it. And I'll eventually do this one, but this is kind of my version of that. So she's added a lot of teals and creams into the Highland cows hair. So that's kind of where my inspiration is coming from. So we'll see if I can pull off my version. So I'm going to drop the stencil all the way down to the bottom of the round. And then for right now, I'm going to do a couple of pieces of tape up there. And I think that's good for right now. I'm just going to put a couple here and a couple here. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with, let's get the shop towel out here. I don't know if you consider this painting. I'm definitely not chalking, but I'm painting with stencils. I like to do the freehand like you all do, but I like to color inside the lines. Okay, so let's start with I think I'm going to start with Territorial Beige. I'm going to use Oyster Beige for the horns, I think. So let's start with our Territorial Beige. And I just realized this weekend that I prefer the daubers over the stencil brushes, just because I can get the daubers to go a little faster. So these are just little sponge daubers. Oops, I did have that on already. These are just sponge daubers. So I use them kind of like you would a makeup sponge. So I'm just going to dab it into the paint. And then I'm going to dab most of it off, because with Mylar stencils, you want to it's a kind of a layers game. You want to dry brush as much as possible. And then, so I'm going to just put down a layer of brown. It doesn't even have to be perfect, although I am going to I'm kind of picky when it comes to, we may do some shading eventually, but right now I just want to get all the brown down. And I kind of, instead of going up and down like that, I kind of press and make sure I don't have a lot of paint on my dauber, and I kind of press down a little bit. This might be a little tedious. Hello, Miss Stacia. So let's pull that back. Oops. Of course, let's try the stencil brush just for fun. It might go a little faster. So it's the same concept. You want to load your paint with brush, or load your brush with paint, but then you want to offload most of that paint to where your paintbrush is dry, And you can either swirl or you can pounce. I kind of do a little bit of both. Like sometimes you have to pounce to get it into these little pointy areas where the end of his little hair wisps are. And then you just need to go back and load your... This might be a little faster for this project. I was doing a really tiny leopard print this weekend, and the dauber was really a lot more helpful than the brush was. And Kendra says every time she uses a stencil, it bleeds. You have to use light coats and an almost dry brush. I kind of got into his eye. So it's kind of a layers game. It does take practice. Every now and then I still get bleeds, but that's when I get in a hurry and I forget to offload my brush. I got into that horn a little bit. If you're hopping on, say hi in the comments. I'll give you a hi back. I know this is kind of overkill to use all this tape, but it's just kind of my preference. Okay, let's keep going. So I'm going to load up my brush again with some Territorial Beige, and then I'm going to offload as much as I can. And then I think I'm going to go over his mouth, but I may do that and do a lighter color over that if I can. Okay, so let's take a quick peek. And we'll come in and do his horns. I keep telling my sister that they raise Angus cattle. I'm like, can you just raise a Highland cow and I'll just come visit it? She's not buying that. Okay, so here's what we look like so far. So let's get... I'm going to stick this paintbrush in a little plastic baggie. I may do a second of these rounds later, and I may even come back in with some of my brown, but so I want to make sure that that doesn't dry out. Okay, so let's come in with our Oyster Beige. This may not be dark enough, but it's what I had. So again, load up your brush and then offload as much as you can. Almost a dry brush. That's even going to show up. Yep. How's everybody doing out there? Who's excited for the short work week? Raise your hand. Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're ready for if you're excited for a short work week. And sometimes your paintbrush, your stencil brushes will leave some bristles. Just once your paint's dry, those should brush right away, brush right off. There is our horn. I think that's a perfect color. Let's do the other one. We are already halfway done. Woo-hoo! I like these kind of weeks. I was so productive on Monday. Anybody else get a lot of stuff done this weekend? I won't say I was productive the entire weekend, but I got a lot of stuff done on Monday. I fixed the watermelon round that I created a week or two ago. Got that fixed. I did 2 Aztec welcome door rounds, and then I did a cheetah oh hello door round. So I just have to Stacia says yes. She also says it's still taking forever. So there's our two horns so far. I think I have a bristle. Okay, so let's get out another baggie. And then we get out a little bit of black and we'll do the letters. I'll just use this. Pull the side of the plate. Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday usually go so slow. And then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just blow by. Oh, no. Trying to figure out what size brush to use. Maybe this one. So let's move on to, I need to get his eye. Put this one. So let's do his eye really quick. Hello, Miss Ashley. Miss Ashley coming in hot with her beautiful diagonal farmhouse tile porch leaner. I almost have your round done. It's sealed. I needed to put a bow on it. And then we need to decide what kind of hanger to put on it. Do you want any farmhouse beads? Okay, let me look at their photo. That part is brown. So his eye looks pretty good. Stipple a little bit more. And then we'll use that same brush for the small letters. I'm going to come back in with my brown brush. Hello. Just get a little bit of paint. Hello. How are you today? It's not going to work. I need to get those 2 little spots right there. I'll worry about that later. Let's move on to the words. So I'm going to use this larger brush for the larger letters. Ashley said her leaner was fun to make. Her hands were covered in black chalk paste. I bet. So this is a Highland cow stencil from the Stencilsmith. They're one of my, I've ordered from 3 different companies. Essential Stencil, which I love. Stencilsmith, which I love, and Studio R12. And if you want, and they're all 3 fantastic, you can get stencils sized differently. Like you could make this, they'll make this one in a 12-inch, they'll make it like in an 18-inch. And most of the companies size their stencils that way, so you can get them in a multitude of sizes. But if you're wanting tips on how to paint backgrounds, sealing your wood, different types of finishes, Studio R12 is fantastic. They have fantastic videos. But Stencilsmith has great videos as well. Alicia with the Chardon Sign Shack is one of their ambassadors, which means she does a lot of their lives for them. So life goal is to be a brand ambassador for one of the stencil companies. So there's, don't mind that, I'll be coming down to get that here in a little bit. There are the words. I think I'm going to come in with the smaller brush. And for some of these little, are they called serifs? For the serifs of the letters, that's when the pouncing comes in handy, because then you can get those little dashes, the little marks at the top and bottom of each letter. Put my finger there. Ashley says she hasn't messed with stencils. Well, if you ever want to play with some, you can always borrow some of mine. I have more than I'll probably ever use in a lifetime. I like them. I like the fact that they, you know, unless you totally manhandle them, they have an infinity lifetime. You know, like the silk screen transfers, you know, they're going to lose their sticky after a while, and then they're not going to work. These, again, unless you manhandle them, have an infinite usage lifetime. It does take a little longer. It's not as quick and easy, but just making sure I'm offloading correctly. To get a little bit more paint. I think, oh, still good. This ended up darker. I didn't know if I'd not offloaded enough. Okay. Now let's put those in a baggie. You can use any kind of paint with stencils. Kendra, I saw your question. I'll come back to it. Like I've used acrylics. I've used chalk paint. I've used chalk paste. I've used artist acrylic paint. Several of the Essential Stencil and Stencilsmith ambassadors use fusion mineral paint. Even some of them use even Dixie Belle. It's really your preference. So here's what it looks like so far without or just on its own. Very pretty, very crisp. But I kind of want to come in, and I don't quite know how I want to do it. There's a few little. So I've thought about, I need to fix a few spots while I'm sitting here. I've thought about offsetting the stencil to create more wisps. I've thought about repainting over some of the wisps. I don't quite know how to achieve the look that I'm wanting. So that's going to be where the experimenting comes in. So I want to bring in, there's a, Kendria had a question about shop towels. I only use the shop towels when I'm stenciling, but yes, they're a little bit more durable than regular paper towels. But that's the only time I use the shop towels. Hello, Miss Chris. How are you? Another door hanger painter. Okay, so I definitely want to bring in some dark brown, and I want to bring in some green. So my thought process is either overlaying those colors over the existing wisps of hair, or I've thought about kind of offsetting, like I could tape off make sure I don't get into his nose, but like I could offset some of the wisps and come back in and add them. What do you guys think? Or if I should just, maybe I should just try to go over some of the wisps. Let's just try that first. But I don't want to totally screw him up because he's really cute the way he is. So let's bring in some dark brown. And this is Deco Art Americana Burnt Umber. Do I have any smaller brushes? This will work. So again, load up your brush, and then you're going to offload. So let's just come in here to one of these. This is going to be a little bit more tricky. Let some of those dry. I also thought about just coming in with just a regular paintbrush and, but I don't know if I'm that brave. So I'm just going to pounce my brush so that I can try to stay in the lines. It kind of shows up. So I'm just kind of adding in some darker colors just to give his hair a little bit of texture and dimension. Yep, you can see the little bits of brown. Oh, he's super cute. So let's come over and do, oops. Do this one. So there's that little wisp. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm in love. Let's do this one. Your arm definitely gets and shoulder gets a little bit of a workout. Oh, that's so stinking cute. So Chris and Kendria, what are you guys working on? And Stacia and Ashley, all my creative friends. What's on your craft table today? And anybody else who I know is watching who hasn't said hi yet. What are y'all working on? Let's see, let's get this one. Oh my gosh. Jason says he's adorable. I'm gonna have to make one for our front door. Super cute. Okay, so I need to get these two little see, we are using Chalk Couture tonight. Nah, I don't want to use that. Let's use, do I have, this one will work, just this little index card. I'm just going to put this little index card as much as I can over his eye to mask it off so I can get in here to these two little pieces of tiny hair that are under his eyeball. And since I already I got some brown in there, so we'll just continue it on. You're working on 2 grad signs for a mama planning way ahead. I figured you were just wanting to get ahead. And Kendra is asking Chris what year. Oh, he's so cute. Just look at that. Ah, 2027 and 2030. Wow. That is way ahead. Let's see. Dang. Stacia says she's working on making cotton fabric roses or flowers. Fun, fun. I need to get some felt flowers made. Well, Stacia, you'll have to drop a photo in the Crafty collab group once you get those done. Okay, let's add in cover that one up. I want to try to add in, I don't have enough little stencil brushes. That's okay. Oops, wrong one. Some mint and maybe some cream. I hope this turns out okay. So all you door hanger painters, this is kind of my inspiration. It's the cracked ginger Highland cow template, where she's added in a bunch of cream and mint green wisps. It's kind of what I'm going for. I could even do a few black wisps, which I might actually, let's do that real quick. Let's add in a little bit of black. I heard that Miley Cyrus song on a reel right before I closed. It was the last, it's one of those, it's the last thing you've heard. So now that's all I sing. And I don't really like the song. It's just so dang catchy. Okay. I probably should have chosen a smaller one to see if we like this or not. Black, yay or nay? It's kind of hard to tell from where you guys are at. Black, yay or nay? Maybe just a few sprigs of black. Maybe I'll choose some of the smaller ones. We'll just do a few. I like that. We'll just do a few. We won't do very many. I got that into the fart. I got that into the horn. So let's try this little trick. When I watch Studio R12, they take one of these little PVC erasers, those little click erasers, and if you get the end wet and your paint is still wet, you can come in and literally erase the paint. That works. I had some black right in there, and I got it off. So, PVC erasers, get it wet a little bit, works like a charm. So let's come back in. I have a little dollop of Territorial Beige. Try to cover up where I boo-booed. That's fixed. Okay, so now let's experiment. Who's it? Yeah, I've gotten it to work fairly successfully. There's been a few times it hasn't worked, but your paint has to be still wet. Definitely has to still be wet. Let's just tear that in half because I won't use the other half. Okay, so let's just try a few sprigs, I guess. Oh, that is thin. I was hoping I don't screw it up because he's just so cute. And I think I probably need to come back in and do his nose in the horn color. This probably won't even cover. Actually, what I should do is come in with the oyster beige and block out that brown and then do the teal. I don't know, it's hard for you guys to see. What do y'all think? I think it needs to be a little darker, or a little bit more prominent. There we go. I'm kind of liking that. Okay, let's keep going. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm just going to blow dry it a little bit because I got a lot of paint on that one, but I think it looks cute. You see that? We'll just do a few. I'm not going to do a whole lot of those. And accidentally, my stencil is offset by like millimeters. So you can still see a little bit of brown to the side of this turquoise or Key West strip. So it actually kind of highlights it a little bit. Oh my gosh, you guys. He's so cute. I lied. I might do a few more. I don't want to sell him. Let's put, I don't want to get that into the ear or the horn. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at, he's so cute. Jason says, he's so fluffy. He is so fluffy. Oops, got a little bit into the next one. So, not that one. Not that one. There he is. I got some Key West in my brown. Okay, I need to probably go back in with where's my horn color? Not that one. That one. I think I'm going to come back in with the Oyster Beige and do his nose a different color. Do it, lighten up his nose a little bit because their noses are usually more of a flesh color. It probably doesn't really matter, but I'm trying to figure out what part is his actual nose. Doesn't show up a whole lot, but okay. I almost think I need, well, no, I don't. What do y'all think? Oh, I messed up one of my H's. My H bled just, I have a tiny little bleed right there, but I think I can fix it. So what all do you think? Should I, what else does he need anything else? Kendria says, love how this is turning out. Thank you. I have to hop off and eat dinner. Enjoyed hanging out. Thanks for hopping on. Much appreciated. He might need something right in there. Maybe like a dark brown or a black. Too many zippy bags going on around here. Let's get the black brushes out. I think he needs a little something in there, whether it be dark brown. Let's add black. Andrea says she loves it. Jason says he thinks it's perfect. The only other thing I might do after I add a tiny skosh of black is I want to see if there's something I can do to the background to distress it. That looks good. Some a little bit more definition. Let's probably shouldn't jack with him too much. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay, I need to quit messing with him. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, so the only other question I have is if I should do anything to the background, especially, I don't know. Like bringing in, I don't want to screw it up though if I do. Let's just test on here. Like if I did something like that in some of the different colors, what do y'all think? Like around the edges and a few little, do you think that'd be messing it up? Jason says he doesn't think it needs anything. I do need to try to fix. I just don't know if the background is too blah. I'm just trying to fix this little boo-boo. It's not terribly noticeable. Maybe kind of snotted down there. Actually, it might be a knot. I don't know. I don't know what to do with the... I'll definitely probably sand the edges, kind of darken them up a little bit, and that might help with the background being so flat. But there he is. I just don't want to screw him up. Maybe I'll practice on, I'll make one for myself and practice on that. There he is. Come on in and hang with the herd. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Oh gosh, he's so cute. The other thing that I might play around with the next time is use the stencil as a template and like draw the base of the cow, paint that in like one solid color. Like you could do this and paint him all in, and then you lay this back down on that solid base and add in all the wispies. So I might have to try that too. I'll just have to experiment it. So, but now he just needs a name. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I can't stand it. Okay, let's do the gift away. I also want to remind you that today is the end of the month. So tomorrow there will be new promos and specials. So be looking out for those on my Facebook page. Again, let me show you. There's a few people that have just hopped on. So this is what we made. So you'll definitely have to go back and watch the replay to see how we did that. So let's do the Happy Mail gift away from this morning's check-in post. And bear with me because it's going to slow my computer down a little bit. So every Monday and Wednesday before I go live, that morning I post a Facebook kind of a live check-in question. So if you answer that question on Monday and or Wednesday morning, then you are automatically entered into that night's live Happy Mail giveaway. No purchase necessary. You don't even need to be present on the live to win. I do ask, though, that you be a U.S. resident only. So that's what we're doing this evening. We are doing a drawing from this morning's Facebook check-in question. So I had 4 commenters. So those are the comments. So let's hit the start button. I don't know if you can quite see it yet. I'm watching on your end. So Amanda has won the last 2 gifts because they're beginning with you. You're in Facebook Live screen share. There we go. As always, thanks so much for hanging out with me live. And if you're watching later, thank you so much for hanging out with me on the replay. I greatly appreciate your support. I really want to go live this weekend. We will see. I will be at Junk in the Trunk from 11 to 3. So stop in and say hi if you're at the mall. I do have a booth there. It's booth number 97. It's in one of the fitting rooms in the former CJ Banks location. So stop in on Saturday, say hi. There's also going to be a carnival at the fair or at the mall. So if you're at the carnival, stop in at the mall, say hi, and I will hopefully see you this weekend. If not, it will be next Monday. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your week.